things to do every time. Every time Streamlabs pushes out an update, I have to do a lot of things. Relog into Facebook and all that jazz. Okay, so right now we're just gonna be sharing this to a few groups, and then we'll proceed. Nothing that much to write home about. Some things I might talk about if I see it come up, but if it's not relevant, I probably won't discuss them that much. I am doing this a bit earlier than usual because we have a scheduled power outage in 10 o'clock, so about a little over 2 hours from now, so I have to do this one really quickly. Anyway, hello everyone, welcome to another episode of MTG Arena Run. Today, without further ado, let's do another draft of Outlaws of Thunder Junction. I should also do a check on how many rares do I get for every draft. That's going to be an interesting metric, especially with a set like this that has so many bonus sheets and all that. I suspect Bloomborough, the next set after this, probably back to the list, so we won't have as many rares. Or at least most of the rares would be reprints again, won't be that big. That said, we did open a 1 rare pack here. One Last Job. It's basically a reanimation spell. Not the best. I would love to take this, but let's take a look at the. Okay, unfortunately, green doesn't. We didn't open any really good green. I guess back for more is one way to do it. We could go into green black. There is some Treasure Dredger as a way to go up for mana. That's one way we can do it. Probably will take this. There is a Shifting Griff, but that's a bit of a high color spell. We'll start with Treasure Dredger, see where we end up. Ooh, we do get a Gidraw Gravenous, right? I guess we will take this. As far as other options are concerned, not so much. There's a Patient Naturalist. This one is... Now this one does... If we do go actual green-black, this does fit us a bit. We're not so sure where this green plays here. But we are not passing up a 6/5 Trample Haste creature. We are noting that there is a Hollow Marauder, there is a Rooftop Assassin. Those are cards I would like to see come back. Not so sure if they actually will. Now, this is where things get interesting. White actually does get good. There is a Journey to Nowhere, a Holy Cow. Reach for the Sky, maybe not so much, it's a bit on the expensive side. There is a Creosote Heat, which is nice. I could just take this first, but I know I will not see either of these again. There is a Great Train Heist. That's a rare, but not exact. I'll start with the Journey to Nowhere because this is hard removal, if something we can splash for. Vraska joins up, put a Death Touch counter on each creature you control. Sure. I might rather just have the Dance of the Tumbleweeds here, just to since we're now potentially going 3-color. There is Baron Bertram but this is a token payoff. We're not so sure we're there yet. I would much rather have Dance of the Tumbleweeds. We definitely want to have a little bit of green. We have only one legendary creature so far, so this is we'll take Dance for now. Ooh, Force of Vigor. This one, I love to take this, but unfortunately it is really a sideboard card. Let's see what other options we have. Neutralize the guards, not really. Fake your own death, not really. There is a Mirage Mesa, which fixes our mana. Bridled Bighorn. Actually, there's not much of anything. Okay, well. And there, we do get another Mirage Mesa. Let's see, what do we get? High Noon. Not great, especially if you're not running the red. Sterling Supplier, Wanted Griffin. I guess Wanted Griffin is fine. We will take the Mirage Mesa for now, though. Tumbleweed Rising, yeah, we could take this one. There is an Arid Archway. Let's see what our black options. Ambush Gigapede. Target creature and opponent gets controls. I guess this is decent as removal. It's just a bit expensive. That said, if we can get into Reanimator, this is one of the better things to get back. Tumbleweed Rising is also good, but we want to have a more green first. Yeah, there is a Stagecoach Security. We'll take this one to to up our rare count, but honestly, we're not really running this. And we're not even sure in the white yet, so we're only confirmed on green black right now. We would need a really good rare to get back to this. At least Dredger helps us fix our mana. That's kind of why I went to pick this one up. So we have two ways to fix mana, some big creatures, not much of anything else. We are playing the long game here. So a Bristleback Sentry is fine because it will buy us quite a bit of time, 2 mana 3/3. There is Vengeful Townsfolk, but we're not confirmed to go into white yet, so we'll take this one for now. Force of Vigor, destroy up to 2 art. It's a shame that we're playing best of 1 and not best of 3. Also, I'm kind of annoyed with Steam Labs. Well, I guess it's a Facebook thing, but I wish they give us the notifications in real time. At least the chat notifications. I know YouTube does. Yeah, Facebook being Facebook. Also, this is a bit misleading. This is a 3-drop. Black Snag Buzzard. If a creature died this turn. This is playable. So we are probably going to be green-black right now. We just need... So what are the things we're looking for in green-black? Reanimator and Mill. Self-mill, to be fair. We could also just play straight up mid-range, but we would need a lot more removal. And we don't even have on-color removal right now, so that is an issue. Vraska Joins Up is kind of removal, but honestly, unless we have like 4 more legendary creatures, this does not fit that well. Okay, so I was asking for removal. Reach for the Skullduggery is kind of it. Okay, we're filling in the blanks. Link Breaker kind of fills the Bristleback Sentry part where it just gums up the board. Not so sure we need to fake anyone's death here, so don't get me wrong, it's quite good for what it is. +2/+0, get the treasure token, which does help splash. Not so sure how much splashing we're actually doing. We just have Mirage Mesa. And an island. Okay, let's see what we get. Karavek the Punisher, this one's a good one. How many we have? We can use Link Breaker, target their creatures, well rather the token. Skullduggery targets, Journey targets. Ambush Gigapede targets. Yeah, we could take this. There is also Buried in the Garden, which is really good removal. It is a good incentive to splash to white. We're probably not going to see this again. And also, we will need to have a lot of removal spells to make this one work. Okay, Skewer. Full steam ahead. Each creature gets +2/+2, gains trample, can't be blocked by war. No, we'll take the Desert's Dew. Snakeskin Veil is another option, but we do need a lot of removal. Desert's Dew is pretty good. So we are confirmed on black. We can pivot towards black-white. Like, our green is fine. Well, the Gitrog can be a splash green if ever. It's not, how do you say this? It's fine, but I'm not, this one's pretty fine. It does get a big hit, but we don't exactly have all the support needed to make it work. Also, Treasure Dredger in the sense is that it's future ramp. It's not current. Like if I pay one to make a treasure token, it's basically, it's less than equal because I am still paying life. It's basically setting me up for the next turn. So turn 2 Treasure Dredger, turn 3 make a token, play another 2-drop, then I can do turn 4 Gitrog that way. So it's not perfect, but it is a bit of a, it does set up quite a bit. What are the spells I would like to get back with Karavek? Desert Stew, definitely. We can actually get back Gitrog. So it's probably a knock against Journey to Nowhere, unfortunately, sadly. There is Combo Profiteering Mayor. Whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield under your opponent's control, make a copy. What? We do have it. We have a combo with Treasure Dredger, so I can definitely take Combo Profiteering Mayor. I could also just take Consuming Ashes. There is a Throw from the Saddle, but we don't exactly have the big creature count. Like, what are our decently big creatures? Pretty much Karavag, Gitrog, Ambush, Gigapede. This one's a bit expensive. I kind of want to take this though. Yeah, let's take it. Let's see if we can kind of justify the splash. If not, then we can move out. Okay. Okay, so there is a Catarantula. This is a very good one. There is another Mirage Mesa here that we're probably not going to see again. Clear Shot gives us removal, but we need to support creatures first. And there's a... oh wow, we got plenty of choices here. Probably not Pitiless Carnage though. So Desert Stew, another removal spell. Forlorn Flats, another way to splash. I will probably take the removal first over the splash and probably regret it. Rambling Possum kind of works. It's better than me just taking an off-color Tai Joaquin. So that one's not bad either. Okay, Vanishing Verse. Now we're getting even more removal. Passing a Rooftop Assassin, unfortunately, so we now have real incentive to get to get any land that can tap for white and one of our main colors. Unless the green and black suddenly get really good, in which case I will have to start them. I can start bailing on white. Vault Plunder, yeah, draws us a card. It's blue is super underdrafted right now. There's a Steer Clear, but this is probably one I would not splash for. So Vault Plunder, target player draws a card, loses a life. We can use this as a crime trigger if we need it. Well, there is a Betrayal at the Vault. I probably would prefer that over another Bristleback Sentry. It's really good. Yeah, I'll put it here for now, but there's a chance I might end up having to, because Catarantula with with enough deserts, I can make this a reasonable 5-drop, which makes Ambush Gigapede our only actual 6-drop. So this is something to consider. We're in nothing great. We'll take the rare for our collection, I guess. And nothing much here. There is a Wanted Griffin, but if I start putting white cards here, it means I'm probably gonna back off on the green. But our green is kind of good. We might start thinking of backing off on the black actually. But not really. We got 2 Desert Stews. Those are quite good. We are starting to get the option to, or the white cards we're getting are not that great. There is an Oasis Gardener. We'll see if this fits. This is also another way to fix our mana. Not the best way, but it's still something. Yeah, we definitely want more deserts now. I'm thinking I might have started picking them up way too late. Duelist of the Mind, Outlaws Merriment. Outlaws Merriment's fine. I probably would take Spinewood's Paladin. It's expensive, but it does gain us life. It's another way to buy time. Hollow Marauder. This kind of works. If we actually have any mill cards, I would consider it. Right now, we don't have any. Servant of the Stinger gives us a cheap drop. That is also an option. Silver Deputy. I'm concerned our curve is kind of high. I'll take this one. Not... Okay. Now we're getting some decent options here. There's a Blood Hustler, but we're not exactly a crime deck. I'm probably going to just take Ankle Biter at this point. There is a Giant Beaver, which is also a good option. It gives us a decent 4-drop. This is probably one of the better creatures here, and I probably will take it. Though, yeah, we'll take this one. Ankle Biter is fine also, I guess. Ooh, okay, we're getting paid off now. There's an Ornery Tumblewag. Definitely taking that. Who doesn't like a large, who doesn't, what? Okay. And now we got the back for more, so there we go. Now we need to start considering if we really want to maintain the splash or not. Well, probably not for Pillage the Bog. Not for Ruthless Rawbringer. There's another Desert's Dew, which is really good, but I think this time we do have to take the lands. We'll have to take the Festering Gulch here. Probably Ariad's Lullaby is good, but it's in our splash color. We'll just take the Mythic. There is a Kellen the Kid. We can not really splash for it, but oh, there's also a Grindstone that I could take just for the rare. There's also Silver Deputy, but I probably don't want to take that. We'll take the Grindstone. This one's harder to come by. And watch me get wrecked by someone that actually plays the Kellen the Kid I passed to them. Go figure. So our white splash is not that great. I might consider cutting Kambal for this. If I might consider cutting Kambal just to minimize how much we're splashing for. Like Dance of the Tumbleweed does give us access to white. So there is that. Not the best option, but we'll consider it. Not the right colors. There's a Bandit's Hall, but this is not really great. I would probably rather just take another Servant. Oh no, this is the first one. This would be our second one. And the reason for that is now we can start, say, cutting on cards like Grizzleback Sentry. We'll keep the Dance. Possum, not so much, though it's a 3-mana 3/3, it's still quite good. This one's off color, unfortunately. No, we're gonna cut the combo. We did get an Ankle Biter, so that is an option as well. And we did get a Silver Deputy. It came late enough that I'm now able to run it. Oh, and we got the Consuming Ashes really late. So let's see. Do I want the back 4 more? It's instant speed, so it's not that bad. But the thing is, I need to consider what creatures am I trying to get back with it. It's actually kind of bad until I actually... Now that said, since we're running the Double Servant the Stinger, Betrayal of the Vault does get better. Three Planes is too much. I probably will just cut down to 1. So 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. So this puts us at 16 lands. We definitely 7, 8, 9. We can go for 10. Let's see. Then we need to cut some. Betrayal is probably... I might actually just cut the back 4 more. As great as it is, we're not really a reanimation deck. And it's also an expensive card. So looking at our curve, yeah, we got 1-drop Nizumi Line Link Breaker. Our creature count is 16 and 8. We can actually cut the Link Breaker. This is how I would probably do it. We can buy some time with the Servant's Treasure. So let's do a check on our curve. I would rate this, admittedly, it's not that exciting. It's a bit on the below average side. So that's a 3-drop dance. Get drog's fine. We can plot this on 4, but realistically we're playing it at 5. Ambush doesn't have plot. This one could be a 5, but we only have 2 deserts, so that might not even, it's more realistically a 6. I could cut Ambush Gigapede for something smaller, like say the Ankle Biter. That is an option. Or the Bristleback Sentry. This one at least it, but now the nice thing of this is we know we won't need green until turn 3. So this is one way we can. So this is one way we can adjust our draws. Though this one gives us the option to need it at turn 2. Death Touch works really well with Betrayal, so that one's fine. I'll probably run it like this for now. We'll see how it pans out. Also, what? Yeah, that was our Treasure Dredger. Okay, that's fine. Let's see how this pans out. This is would we have been better shifting to say, the problem is white-black as a archetype is not the greatest. It's there. It's a bit finicky. So we're missing our white, but we do have an Oasis Gardener, so and we hit our Silver Deputy, so we can play that. Buy some time this way. I'm gonna take the Mirage Mesa because I don't want to rely on our Oasis Gardener for this. Opponent is, however, running the mounts. Yeah, they're green one. Oh, and they even have oh, this is annoying. Run into a rare white right away. I'm gonna do this first so that I have my so if this survives, I have my mana to Journey to Nowhere. Then I can take my time, play a 3-drop. I definitely want to snipe this first though. Now this has Saddle 1, so there is that. So this can get kind of big. But this will snowball out of control. So I really need to, so I'm not so sure which one's better there. Hello? Sige, mo ko higay shaklo. Bolo ko at sa dim, katanit sa dimtang lang, diretso. Now, our opponent could saddle, but they probably won't return the token. Opponent goes Drover Grizzly. We'll take the hit. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We definitely want to play Gitrog first. Although we now have the mana to do that, so that is what we will do. Now I could bounce this, but I don't need to set myself back anymore. Also, our opponent just is kind of stuck on mana. Okay, they're getting there. So the interesting thing is I can do Gitrog because I have my white man. Okay, Ariad's Lullaby. They're just paying for that, sure. Ooh, and ambush Gigapede, but we'll save that for next turn. So I can pump this, saddle this, draw some cards. There we go, back in the game. Now our opponent could just have another Ariad's Lullaby, but we should be fine for the most. Okay, Bighorn. I could saddle this and swing. Oh, I could also play this, but one is just gonna take. Okay. No, we didn't saddle it. We actually just crewed it. So creature didn't die this turn. I guess we'll skip. We can flash. Opponent goes Corrupted Conviction. Okay, so they're okay. We are firmly in the driver's seat at this point. Yeah, keeping that betrayal at the vault is was really important. Yeah, had we saddled, we would have been able to cast the Buzzard Tumblewag comp. Probably, yeah, Buzzard Tumblewag. Opponent's gonna try to get something back. It's not back for more because they're missing 1 mana, so at least I don't have to worry about the fight spell. And even then, I can do ambush. Opponent could try to take this up, the Journey to Nowhere out, but it's awfully very late at this point. Reanimate, get that back, sure. Now we're doing this so that because this can only be saddled as a sorcery, we're just basically denying the sheep token. There we go, got our win. Admittedly a bit scary for us. That was way too high a cost. So it's set to auto. Yeah, apologies if the AC sounds kind of loud. But hey, it's so hot here in the Philippines. I am not willing to risk things like death. So there we go. That's not bad for our first game. Yeah, we won off the back of a big rare. We would have had problems surviving that one. We did manage to stabilize with and it also helped that our opponent got stuck on mana for a bit. That was one of my concerns with this version of the deck. That's why I willingly cut the back for more. There was no discount there. At least the Catarantula had a discount. Okay, got our match. Let's see what we are up against. And as usual, we are hoping for at least Bears minimum 3 wins. 4 wins is kind of okay. 5 wins and above is really good. This is not great. Like, we hit both of our splash spells. We can Treasure Dredger, but if this dies, we are in real trouble. We have to mulligan this. This one is much better. We will give up the Spinewoods Paladin here. Also does not help that our opponent goes first. Right? Maybe... Oh, there's another thing with Skullduggery. If we don't have a creature, we're not exactly doing anything. I suspect our opponent has a burn spell and we need the mana here, so I'm gonna just play Servant first. This dodges Thunder Salvo. until our opponent can like chain multiples. Oh, opponent's mono red. Let's see, if our opponent does something to this, I can then cast Treasure Dredger. But yeah, opponent doesn't do anything. I probably still play Treasure Dredger. If our opponent wants to spend a removal spell on this, I'm probably... Okay, they're not spending removal spell. Really? Oh wow. Mono red galore. Also, this is like what? It gains menace, so that's an issue. We can hold this up for this, but realistically speaking, we should be setting up our mana. I'm gonna take the Mirage Mesa because I want to have the option to cast white later. Opponent is definitely into mono red. Opponent's not gonna saddle. We'll pass the blocks. Let's see what our opponent has. And do we need to cast Skullduggery for it or not? That's the other question. Okay, no, pass the damage. Okay, they're just letting it through. So what's their big follow-up? Iron Fist Pulverizer. Okay. No, that's not the one we want. I can just Vanishing Verse this one, make another treasure. I would probably prefer to just use Consuming Ashes in this case, so we'll activate. No, we'll use the Vanishing Verse here. And the reason for this is if our opponent happens to have a multicolored creature, though we don't have any evidence of that. Oh, they're just really doing the mono red. And passing. Yeah, just gonna keep making treasures because we really need that. We're not optimally using it, but it's fine. Also, this is an instant, so I can actually hold these back until our opponent actually does something. They're bound to need. I'm waiting for them to drop the second color, like, or never drop a second color. Yeah, looks like our opponent really got posed there. It is what it is. Many condolences to our opponent, though. That was really rough. Okay, got our second win. Pretty decent. Let's keep going. Yeah, the main important detail here is that you have to recognize what situation your deck is in. We did not get any of the key self-mill cards, so Back for More really lost a lot of equity. Yeah, it's paying attention to what your deck is looking for and what can you do with it. Like, what is your deck's game plan? That determines. That, in fact, it's probably highlighting what is very interesting about this current format right now. A lot of the cards don't have a flat, oh, this card is the greatest, this card is not so great. It depends on what your deck, what you are trying to do. Now, that said, I am concerned that yeah, I am concerned that I'm suddenly getting a not responding from my PC. Yikes. Okay, there you go. That's it. Yeah, that was a bit of Okay, it's still hanging. Okay, so they kept. We are gonna keep this. Pylon's turn 1, super non-committal. We'll find out what our opponent has. It's also kind of why I ditched combo early. So now we have the plan of servant into possum. Or we can just ignore this altogether. Like this is colorless. Let's just get it out of the way. Next turn we can then Festering Gulch Servant. We don't have to. We could also do Rambling Possum, but yeah, I did not want to risk our opponent having incidental removal and then just hitting us with this. Honest Rutstein. Neat. Gets it back. Okay. Cost 1 less. But there's no... Okay, we now want to consider casting Beaver, so... So this might be an issue for us now. Maybe we did pull the trigger on this too early, but we were going to trade for it at some point. So next turn, our opponent could like have a fight. Okay, they're just gonna cast Tiny Bones. They could still have the fight spell. No, it's not a fight spell. It's a direct damage spell. The Troll from the Sad. Nope, just a Blood Hustler. Also note our opponent was the one who's starting, so if they are missing land drops, they probably have a land in hand. No, they are missing land drops. Okay. We are definitely sniping that because it is practically a mana rock with the discounts and all. So they can cast our Stinger. So it's not looking that great. If our opponent has any semblance of removal, we're in real trouble. If our opponent just activates this, yeah, it grows it, but it's a bit meh. I would actually be willing to trade. Basically, I would then just run out Rambling Possum. Maybe I could hit my 1 planes. We'll see. I am concerned that our opponent could have a way of getting stuff back. Oh no, they just skipped. Okay. It's a bit weird, but yeah, I guess I probably should have cast this one first. I would have had Vigilance. I would have been able to keep swinging with this. It'll probably trade with Tiny Bones. Where's my Skullduggery? I have another Desert Stew. I have a bit of removal too. If I can hit my white mana, the Journey to Nowhere goes a long way. If our opponent is just going to keep draining... Oh, they're just going to offer this? Fine. I could offer this. But no, I'll offer this. No, we're definitely... Yeah, we're now kind of flooded though. But we do get to play Beaver. I probably have no intention of blocking, so I'm just going to saddle this, start swinging. I'm not going to return anything. Then next turn I can saddle it the other way around. This should incentivize our opponent to have another plan other than just committing a crime every turn. Now, granted, this will eventually get bigger, but I could then saddle the other way, grow it this way. Oh no, they're just gonna plot. Ugh, that's a horrible thing to plot. It's also horrible that we're still kind of flooded here. I could just swing for 7. Because let's see, this is a 5/5. I could also be patient, grow this one so that when our opponent drops this, I can just swing with this. Yeah, we have to play the patience game. Unfortunately, not having flooding on cards is a really big problem. Now this one I would like a back 4 more. Yeah, we did flood really hard considering our opponents just now hitting their 5th land. They're now about to drop a really big creature. I am really concerned about why the app is lagging so much. It's gonna do a check. No, it doesn't. My frame rate is not affected. Okay, it makes it a 4/4. Makes that. Oh yeah, that's really problematic. We will need to journey to nowhere this one, but now we're facing alert. Come on, we're just. Okay, we can concede. The game clearly does not want us to win. We just kept drawing land after land. There's no good out to that. Sometimes that's just how it goes. I kind of want to say that there's a conspiracy, but let's not go that route. I'm not. I don't do conspiracies that well. The one person that did conspiracies really well just recently retired. In fact, they made a trailer about him. Pretty decent. Yeah, now I am concerned about how the connection's going. I suspect that the power outage is gonna happen any moment now. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I should make sure my phone is charged. This is my alternate way of play. Okay, definitely keeping this one. We can dance for a desert. Like turn 2 servant, turn 3 desert. We can, and then we can get turn 5 turn 4 Catarantula. Good. This works. I'm also starting to consider maybe we cut 1 land. Okay, though now we know we have journey. This just tells us what to get. Miriam. Ugh. At least this buys us some time. You also want to consider if our opponent has a great. Oh no, they're just cycling Tornado. Okay. Ooh, they are in real trouble if that's their play. And thankfully it puts it in the battlefield, so I can grab our 1 Mirage Mesa, set it to white, so we have the option to journey to nowhere. Make sure we click the right color. Take advantage of the fact our opponent is kind of stuck. Looks like our opponent might concede. Nope, they're just gold panning. Okay. So now we know that is their big thing. I'm save that for later. I'm gonna play the Catarantula first. We can afford to swing with this one. The plan is that now we have a way to commit a crime. We can swing, sacrifice, and dig for one of our better cards. We will definitely have the mana to do Betrayal at the Vault, for example. We can get one of our bigger creatures this way. So Servant is kind of our shooter. Opponent goes Congregation Griff. Ooh, it's X equals 4, so not quite enough. So we have committed a crime. I wish there was an indicator. I could also just ruin their game and just yeah, we'll just Desert's Dew Miriam now. Just get it out of the way. Yeah, we will. Yep, never mind. Opponent concedes right away. Yeah, that was a brute. That was very brutal. Opponent got stuck on 2 lands. What? They snap kept their hand. And I'll be honest, I am also guilty of snap keeping some hands like this. It's usually a case of what does your curve look like? Do not say that, oh, I am going to get this many lands on this. On the assumption that you don't, what are your plays for the next few turns? So, like a quick example, if my game would load up properly, if any, it's a sign that I probably should install this on the NVMe instead of the SSD at this point. I might actually consider replacing it now that I know it's not a great one. So if yeah, I wish there. Yeah, what is the button that does the separate? Anyway, so I said, like for example, here this is the curve that I know. I know that most of my creatures are on trees, so I am looking out for hands that have at least 3 mana, or I'm looking for hands that have a Silver Deputy that guarantees. Treasure Dredger is a bit scary, but I would be tempted to keep that one. Yeah, that would be the game plan for cards I would keep. Something to keep in mind. There, know what you are planning. Yeah, I'm starting to think I should probably buy a new SSD. This is starting to. I'm also gonna probably start looking up SSD health check. Okay, so we have a super sketchy hand here. Like, I get Treasure Dredger. It fixes my mana, but it doesn't ramp. So the Giant Beaver is a bit concerning. I'm willing to mulligan this. This one is much more keepable. I can give up the Journey to Nowhere because I only have 2 lands that kind of fix for this. There's an argument for not doing this, but not playing this one so that I could commit a crime much later. But now the plan is, say, grow this one, then start swinging with then I can start growing this one. Opponent seems to be oh wait. I'm gonna swing first. I suspect our opponent might have the counter spell. So I'm gonna just play the no. I'm gonna plot. Show me what you got. You remember in these colors, this mana is super suspicious. Now our opponent is forced to forego that and actually play a threat. Or give up removal spell. Ariad's Lullaby is quite good there. So now I can play this one. Play Ordinary Tumblewag. So I'm gonna start by putting the counter on. I'm gonna start by putting the counter on the Tumblewag first, because Thunder Salvo needs another spell to make it hit 3, so I want to force them to work for it. Mystical Tether, okay, no way around it. Opponent had them. So at least I can swing. And also our opponent's stuck on mana, so that's a thing. They could be heavy white on removal, so at least Cat Tarantula will draw us. Okay, Oasis Gardener. Need some life back. That is probably worth nuking because our opponent's been stuck on mana for quite a while. Maybe I should not have played all my cards out though. Yeah, but if you're not going to have early threats, having early interactions quite good. White has the really good ones, I would say. Gila Courser, that's not it. Okay, we hit our own Oasis Gardener, but we don't quite need it, so... Trying to think. No, we'll play it. Now, I did bin Journey on the bot. I did bin Journey in the bottom, so that just leaves us with Vanishing Verse. But yeah, our opponent has yet to play a 4th land. And there we go. We met. Not easy, but we are kind of getting there. So we got our minimum 4 wins. Pretty nice. Let's keep going. This Windows I to open Windows settings. System storage. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm definitely gonna have to start moving some. I'm gonna start uninstalling some apps from the SSD and moving them to the NVMe, especially all the work apps. So this one is not really keepable. We hit both of our splash cards. We have a Servant of Stinger but nothing else to play. I'm gonna mulligan this, but okay, this one is much better. We can definitely keep this. Give. I am gonna have to do this right away. It doesn't feel great, but yeah, I'm gonna do this one. Let's get our land just to be sure. Opponent does start hitting your lands on curve. Vengeful Townsfolk is quite nice. We can use this to draw a land for ourselves. I probably just want to play the Giant Beaver. Force our opponent to have interaction. We can then start running these out so we can set up Betrayal soon. Opponent hits their 4th mana. Now, if the board becomes somewhat clear, I am willing to go Vault Plunder. There's a bit of a difference between plundering a vault and blundering into a vault. Prosperity Tycoon. Okay. I can do this, hope to hit a land. Yeah, I'm gonna do this, hope to hit a land. Okay, we did hit the land. Now, here's the question. I can saddle this, make this into a 4-2 swing. Our opponent trades with this, they swing back with this. Am I fine with that? Yeah, let's... problem is, our opponent has... It will grow the Vengeful... It will grow the Vengeful Townsfolk. So we're taking 5 for now, maybe more. So I'm hoping to hit 6 mana for Betrayal at default. If not, Rambling Possum. Okay. Into... they had the removal. Okay, so that is where things get concerning. Now I do have to... So I need the 6 mana for ambush. Okay, we have the 6 mana. So now the thing is, we're not going to block with the Gigapede. We're just going to use it to... This is saddle 1, so I should have considered them... I'm gonna wait for them to say cast something else. If they go for it, it's kind of fine too, I guess. Yeah, we'll take the 8. That's honestly not that great. Not that great to play. Yeah, I should have considered nuking this one first. Let's see what their drop is. Giant Beaver. Okay, we'll... Yeah, we'll nuke this one. Grows that, but that's fine. Yeah, now we're flooding. So I could swing, but if our opponent drops a creature, then we are kind of close to death, so I'm actually going to have to hold back. Yeah, I'm definitely going to consider reinstalling this app. Patient Naturalist. Well, at least... Let's see, do they have a follow-up spell? Throw from the saddle. Yep. And that is enough to kill us. Okay. We'll take the hit. There's no way. And also, I probably shouldn't have done that. No, doesn't kill us quite yet. And at least we have a servant to buy us sometime. Yeah, at least we managed to stabilize the board for the most part. But yeah, that was... Oh, we only lost like about 3 creatures. That's it. If our opponent still has any more gas, this is an issue. Throw from the saddle is it's definitely really good. It's a shame we didn't grab any of these. I do like Betrayal at default if you can set it up. Throw from the saddle is kind of like a mini version of that, and that is perfectly fine. If our opponent has a pump spell, I'm dead, so I have to block. There's no way around it. Opponent's just plotting that. Yeah, we can concede now. We would be down to 1. We would have no good outs from there. Green. Well, at least if we did lose to a deck, we did lose to the best archetype. That's so it. That is for what it is. Oh wait, I think I know what the issue is here. I'm going to give me a sec. I'm going to quickly transfer some existing videos to the other hard drive. It isn't that much though, but it does tell me that my hard drive is very poor at very poor at secure at when it's near the top. So I'm gonna have it start transferring and all that. Yeah, the transfer speeds are, well, it makes sense. It's slow. Yeah, I definitely want to move my apps over to it, to the other drive now. Okay, this one is a keep. We don't have early action, but we already knew that we're not going to get early action that often. So that said, we do plot on turn 2, so we have some action. This is a cast your second spell. Now, blue-red has not been doing that great. That said, I don't know what our opponent drafted. For all I know, they could have a really good one. Basketball Wolverine. I'm just gonna play this now. When it just goes for the Wolverine, see what... This is really about getting a lot of value. I guess Discerning Peddler is some value. And this is until end of turn, so they would have to play it. Okay. Hopefully that should fix things. When it gets their 4th land drop. Can't be blocked, so that's something to keep in mind. That said, I am willing to hit back a little bit. So next turn, we have multiple options here. I probably would do... I am considering Treasure Journey as an option. Depends on what our opponent actually does. Gitrog's probably a late game option. I would probably drop Catarantula first. Ooh, X equals 3. And to add the repulse. Yeah, repulse being one of the best uncommons. It's actually interesting. The not so great color has the ooh. Does this have haste? No, it's just whenever you cast your second spell. I will block. Our opponent did draw through quite a bit. Well, they had the Electro Dominance, but yes, I will draw a card. Ugh. Yeah, they had a really good draft. In fact, I would say it lined up way too well. Down to 1, probably not gonna. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. unfortunately, we're just dead to the top, so there is no way around it. Like they even had the scorching shot. I'm just gonna see what they have off the top, but honestly, this is a lost game already. Or it's a shame that we only get to draw. We do get to put lands, but otherwise it doesn't. Yeah, that does not help us at all. Yeah, we can concede this one. Oh, and that's a shame that it had to end this way. Hey, Jericho Ilagan, thank you for liking the stream. Shame that you came in at the end. I did say I was doing this earlier because I am about to have a scheduled power up outage. That said, we did reasonably well. Four wins, I think. Yeah, I think we just got 4 wins, but considering that our draft was pretty much below average, like our best card was really just that Get Drog. We were doing fine for the most part. Yeah, got 4 wins. Can't complain too much about it. Yeah, just claim it. Let's claim it and go. Oh yeah, how? Oh yeah, has Outlaws finally arrived at stores, or are we still on waiting? I think we're still waiting till May, right? Yeah, that's really bad. Just like I'm gonna have to do a lot of fine tuning on this one. That's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. Yeah, missed. Clear shot would have been fine there. Hey, one Bonnie Paul. Oh yeah, that reminds. Bonnie Paul standard. That special event was really nice. Just remember, everyone is playing haste, so if you're not going to join them, make sure you have a way to. I would suggest a lot of life gain. That's one way to do it. Ooh, there's a Vraska the Silencer. Yeah, unfortunately, I am gonna have to fix this computer. I probably. Oh, and if it glitches a bit, you can actually see the card, like we saw the Annie joins up. But what is this? That's infestation. And just for the lulz, let's take a look at this path. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Nice wild card. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.